Hello and welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Kendra and I'm up here with my friends Jose and Sam, and we are playing The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We are down spelunking in a cave at the moment, and we're going to talk a bit more about caves, but one thing I also want to say right out of the gate is that we're going to be introducing a brand new ability later on in the segment, so stick around. We have not shown it anywhere yet, and we're really pumped to show you, but let's get right into it, into this cave that we are exploring. So one thing about caves in this game is that they are far more expansive than they were in Breath of the Wild. So, Zelda games are all about exploration. They're all about just looking all over the place, looking for things to find. And previously in Breath of the Wild, we would explore above ground. In this game, we're going to explore above ground, we're going to explore up in the sky, and we're going to explore underground. So, Sam, you want to talk a little more about this super rad cave we're in?
Yeah. So caves were obviously in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but they're much more prominent in Tears of the Kingdom. And part of the reason for that is because the world of Hyrule in Tears of the Kingdom has experienced an event called the Upheaval. And the Upheaval has changed the landscape in many ways. The castle has risen into the air, some sky islands have appeared, but it's also opened up and exposed all of these cave systems all over the place. And you can find entrances to these caves just running around exploring in a field. You might find an entrance, or climbing on a cliffside and you might find an entrance into one of these caves. And as you mentioned before, they're much more expansive than they were before. Like, you never know what you're going to find down in these caves, like a like.
Yeah.
Super gross looking. And you've already found so much stuff just in the few minutes we've been in here.
You've done some mining. You've gotten some good ores.
We got to talk about, we got to talk about the hood because, wow.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look. This is Ravio's hood, which is a returning item from the Breath of the Wild. You may remember that in Breath of the Wild, this was tied to the Champion's Ballad, and it was a treasure that you can find out in the world. I'm here to tell you, you can actually find this out in your adventures during Tears of the Kingdom, which is really cool.
You too can look this cool.
Oh, yeah, and Ravio's a personal favorite character. But let's change up the fashion a little bit, and let's put on the
you're looking
headdress.
super cool.
Yeah.
So check this out. You may recognize this headdress
from...
The
giant rocks.
Yes, the giant rocks add to
Those really add to it, yeah.
Absolutely. But this headdress
part of your ensemble.
Was in Trailer 3. It looked really cool. You may have noticed Link using it on horseback, which was really neat. And I'm also going to switch up the pants real quick. I think.
Real quick, yeah. Can you go back to the headdress?
Oh, yeah,
so
sure.
we could look at the. So this is a new piece of armor, like you mentioned, but with it comes a new armor ability, that hot weather attack that's there. So there are going to be new armor abilities that are tied to new pieces of armor in this game.
So I've got a rock hammer, and you saw me break through some walls earlier. It takes a couple swing, but there is a more efficient way to do this. So we're going to switch on over to a two-handed weapon, a thick stick, and we're going to use fuse on this round rock over here.
I just want to mention real quick, we're going to stay away from that like.
Yeah,
because we know what happens when you get close to a like.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
But look at this hammer, though. Look how much more efficient this is for digging.
Yeah.
Kind of getting through. I'm going to break this wall down just because I get really caught up in breaking
Go
everything.
Go get that.
All right, I'm going to quietly.
So quiet.
Quietly. All right, come here. All right.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's a sticky lizard, so let's check out the description.
Yeah, you could see there, it says it could be an asset for a climber on wet surfaces if it were mixed into an elixir. So if you played Breath of the Wild, you know that climbing while it was raining it could be a trying experience. So
That's
being
a nice
able
way to put it.
Yeah. Being able to make an elixir to help with that is a big deal.
All right, so we're
There's
back to our like, which
friend.
we're going to try and avoid, and I'm going to switch shields because in a prior segment we showed you the spring Zonai device, and we showed, to spring you into the air. You can fuse it to a shield or to a weapon. I'm
right,
use it back to my shield.
Enemies will bounce off of it when they attack it when it's on your shield.
Yeah.
It's
but if you shield
tool.
surf, hang on. There we go.
Oh.
You got like a pogo action?
okay.
So cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too pogo.
It's like a big pogo stick.
Yeah.
The first time you showed that to me in the office, I shouted something really loud.
For sure.
I hope nobody was around.
Yeah. So
I was, Sam. I heard you.
I was there, and let me tell you, it was loud. So the bomb flower
I didn't know you
picked up.
could do that.
Yeah, I picked up a bomb flower, and you'll see here that you can fuse it to an arrow, And of course, there were bomb arrows in the previous game, but here you're improvising them with materials, which is all about fuse and what it does. I'm actually going to switch my shield back because there
it's
is an
nice
enemy
that those
coming up.
bombs were there because it allowed you a different way to get through that wall.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay,
Oh.
and you are really actually going to leave it alone this
Yeah.
time.
Look at the little stone
These little
tablet.
ones are super cute. They have really cute little legs, and Jose is gonna kill it.
They are not going to survive.
Violently too.
Oh.
We're not here to make friends, all right? If it had been a little friendlier, maybe. If you want to save arrows, you can throw bombs instead, which I'm going to do here. You definitely want to keep an eye on
stand
arrows.
back.
Yep, stand back, let it rip,
Boom.
let the explosion happen. All right, there we go.
Oh yeah, this is really cool. So this is clearly an existing structure that we're walking into now that someone has
No.
built. And this is like
Jose, no.
it's
Sorry.
integrated into part of the cave system.
Yeah,
which is
this
neat.
is-
Like you've kind of broken into this this
out.
area.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder, like,
Well-
what else you're gonna find down here.
Right.
I'll tell
Like
you
another
what, a
like. Yeah.
No. Not dealing with that. But I am going to check what's in these rocks over here.
A
Okay.
conspicuous set of rocks.
Yep, and there's a chest, so let's just Ultra Hand. It's not just for attaching items. To
Right.
things. Let me just pull this out,
There you go.
put it over here.
I had that revelation when I was pulling rush rooms off of a wall with Ultra Hand. I was like, oh, I could just use it to reach things.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, cool. And the item that you've just found.
Yes, the item that I just got is a pretty good charge sword that I like. The
Yeah,
sword
it has
claymore.
it has an ability on it, the charge attack stamina up.
Yep, very very cool. And actually, before I try something on this, like I'm just gonna drop
you're
another sword over
scheming.
here. Yeah, I'm scheming. I just want this spear for later because it'll probably be helpful. So now I'm not gonna throw the sword. I promise. We just got that.
You're gonna
Instead,
throw meats.
I'm
So
all
you're gonna
about
throw a
I'm
steak.
all about the details in these games, and one of my favorite things is kind of experimenting with enemies and just to see what they respond to. If
Yeah.
you played Breath of the Wild, you know that they would respond to
Ew.
critters and things in the
Oh.
world. What you didn't know is that do enjoy their choice meats.
Oh, you're just
Um,
running right up under him, huh?
But
I am.
we're also experimenting to see how smart the like is.
Yes.
We're gonna
let's
find
see.
out.
I
We'll
suppose
see.
it's
He's gotta finish eating that snack.
well distracted.
And are you intelligent?
No.
Not very. Not very. Okay.
Not.
Cool.
right.
Oh, bye.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a classic way to attack a like. You know,
Absolutely.
in previous Zelda games, that's
Oh,
what you might do.
Jose.
What?
Jose.
If it doesn't swing, I'll leave it alone. Oh, never mind. That's one.
They are enemies, Kendra. They will attack you.
I mean, a little. It's fine.
All right, I'm gonna switch up my shield and my base weapon. I'm using just to show folks, extra durable wooden stick, which is gonna be useful because we have actually this blue rock over here is much more difficult to get through. It's just a little more resilient, and so in order to avoid that, and just to show folks, right, because we want to demonstrate this, you'll see that just a couple swings of this hammer, it's not breaking as
Yeah, it's
quickly
gonna,
as it
it's
was
gonna
earlier.
take
Right.
a minute.
Yeah, so
Wait, we don't have time for that.
we don't.
No.
So I'm going to switch over to this stick. I'm going to go over to my Zonai devices, and I happen to have 2 cannons here. I actually have a bunch of cannons, but I'm going to take 2 of them out. I'm going to drop them right in front of me, and then I'm going to use fuse, and I'm going to make a cannon club and a cannon shield. And check me out. I am
Nice.
ready to dig.
That looks pretty sweet.
Really could look.
Only slightly ridiculous.
intense.
Mostly very cool.
That's
You want to
intense.
stand back, or you can use the R button to throw. Instead, you'll aim the cannon shot, which I think is the better way to do this.
Yeah.
But you can also use your shield and just go out. And
Boom.
Oh, I want to mention real quick. Yes, Zonai devices are powered by your energy cell, and as you could see down there,
Yep.
we've expanded this energy cell, which is something that you're going to be able to do throughout the course of your game. Is permanently upgrade the capacity of that energy cell.
oh yeah. All right. So we've got some
Okay.
enemies up here on a little bridge. I want to prepare for this because being prepared before battle is probably better than improvising as you go. I'm going to switch over to a two-handed. You could just run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm like,
could.
just
And I have.
charge.
Yeah.
Charge.
Here's my soldier shield. I'm going to drop it. You may have seen this in the last trailer, specifically trailer 3 for Tears of the Kingdom.
Right.
But you can now fuse a shield to a two-handed weapon. And what comes with this is actually super cool because you'll notice the ready stance is very different.
Mm-hmm.
It's more defensive. And so if I run up to this enemy right here, you'll see that when this Goblin takes a swing at me, I can block.
Yeah, that's really
Nice.
neat. Like we've seen how you could turn a shield into an offensive weapon in a previous segment by attaching materials or weapons to it,
Yeah.
or even Zonai devices like the cannon that you have.
Yeah.
But by fusing that shield to your two-handed weapon, you now no longer have to sacrifice defense, because if you remember, with a two-handed weapon before, you couldn't ready a shield. Because both of your hands were occupied,
It would-
and now you have that defense.
And you can also play keep away.
Boom.
Nice.
And done.
Bye.
All right.
But
So,
yeah, let's take a moment just to look at where we are.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean, this
check
is a
it out.
really neat environment.
Well, and what I love is that you don't know what you're going to find as you continue spelunking through the cave, right? Like every single wall you break through brings you into a new area. There might be enemies, there might be treasure, there might be structures down there. So it's
ooh,
it's
Yeah,
definitely
good
very
stuff. Good stuff.
interesting checking out these different
agreed.
areas.
And I mean,
looks like it goes
do
on
that-
too, but
It-
we're not going to go in
It
that
does.
direction.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
we could definitely go there. But
to Kendra's point, even the enemies in this game are now treasure
Mm-hmm.
because of the materials that you can get from them and how you can use them in Fuse.
yeah, absolutely.
So the materials that you get from an enemy can now power up your weapons and make them really strong. So it's worthwhile to come down into these caves
Oh, yeah.
and to see what you can find.
Yeah, and I said this previously in our previous segment, but I am really stoked to see what people out in the world create. I just can't wait
Ooh,
to see.
I want
There's
this
going to
arm.
be a lot of there's going to be a lot of contraptions out there.
Oh yeah, totally. Sorry.
Are you not grabbing that arm?
I am going to grab that arm.
Grab that arm.
And I'm going to use, 1 second. There it is. Ah, Ultra Hand. I can use Ultra Hand in so many different ways. I want to specifically fuse this to a sword, so I'm going to do that over here. Use my Knight's Broadsword, and if I get a
With it.
better camera,
Yep.
check that out.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Good reach.
Still
Pretty
wiggling
good.
around on the end there.
Yeah. All right. Let's just go back up through here really quick. And
Slightly
boom.
sentient arm.
Ascend is so useful.
Dude,
It's so useful.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of my favorite things to use constantly in the game. Let me just use my rock hammer again because I really want to check these ores. I'm all about like seeing what they drop.
You've gotten so much stuff down here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
there's,
just-
and there's I know,
Peace,
I'm like,
peace.
there's even more.
Oh, topaz! We got lucky. All right,
Yes.
so that's good. Just pick up all this bright bloom
Nice.
seeds.
Once again, we mentioned in a
Cool.
previous segment that the precious stones have elemental properties now, so they're not just useful for selling for rupees or upgrading equipment. Like now, you can use them to
them-
make really powerful weapons.
Yeah, I was gonna say use
Oh,
them
yeah.
in battle.
Yeah, and I am especially a big fan of going after keys now, just given how many different. Don't hit me!
Yeah.
Don't hit me!
Your
Oh no!
shield. Your shield.
All right, this is bad. Wait.
Ready the cannon.
Oh, God,
nice.
okay.
Nice.
The shot against the wall. That's what did it. Totally planned. Let's break through this rock wall and just see what we find.
See what's
So,
back there.
should be some ore, I hope. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
And notice
Ooh,
that
we
the
got the
ore in the
gold.
middle,
Yeah, the gold sparkly ore.
yeah, which is a good chance for something good. Although sometimes I have been disappointed.
Oh, we
Let's
should
see.
mention, yeah, you fused this stone to this weapon, and it's a really great smashing weapon, great for breaking rocks or mining.
Yep.
But one of the cool things about Tears of the Kingdom is that in Breath of the Wild, you would have had to dedicate space in your weapon stash to holding a smashing weapon.
Oh yeah.
And now you don't have to do that. You could just make one when you need it.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Alright.
now we have made it to this point where obviously there's water and we want to get beyond the water to, well, what lies beyond. And this is the perfect opportunity to introduce the brand new ability that I mentioned earlier on at the beginning, which is called Auto Build. So as the name
Yes.
implies, it automatically builds things for you. It is so amazing. You're going to want to use it a lot. But we'll just break down the menus for a second here. So we've got schematics, which you will find from side quests. You'll find them in treasure chests. You'll find them out in the world. And then we've got history, which is all the things that you've previously built. It'll hold up to 30 of those for you. And then finally, you can favorite things. You can favorite up to 8 things at a time, and then it pops up at the top of the menu. So Jose just favorited this little contraption that he's going to build to help us get across the water.
Yep. So just from an image, you're going to see that it needs a fan and it needs a control stick. And one way that you can use auto build is that you'll jump into your inventory, you'll take out the devices that you need for it. So these are Zonai capsules that I have. I'm going to just quickly drop them on the ground. And you know what? Just to switch things up a little bit, I'm also going to add a battery. The battery is super useful because it will basically power the device so that it doesn't have to use my energy cell.
Right.
Now I'm going to open up auto build again. Here I am staring at favorites. We know the boat that we want to make. So it's going to attach the two pieces, but notice that we don't have the board. However, there is a cost associated with sort of generating a material that you don't have. In this case, it's 3 Zonite.
And Zonite is a new material that you can find in the game.
Oh, yeah. And then quickly, you'll notice that it didn't grab the battery because that wasn't part of the design. But if I
Gonna
fuse to
attach
it,
that.
I get a little notification reminding me that now I can favorite that design instead, or the design's been changed and it's all part of my history, which is neat. So we've got a boat.
We've
And
got the
now-
boat.
Yeah, and we didn't have the building materials here in this cave to make this, but using auto build, we could generate the materials that we didn't have, like that wooden board. And you could see it has that light green color, and that's an indicator that that was made with Zonite and not with a real material that you had. So if you try and break it down,
I can take the control stick off to
yeah,
some point.
you could take off the pieces that you had, but if you try and take off a piece that was generated with Zonite, it will disappear, like
The way it
Jose showed.
goes, yeah.
Cool. All right.
Whoa, so look at where it takes.
Big cave.
Yeah,
Uh,
this big cavern here
Very
with a
ominous
giant,
feel.
giant pile of rocks in the center.
Yep. So I want to dig through that, but I don't want to use cannon clubs anymore. Let's improvise something really fast. We're going to take a spring, a battery, and a cannon, and we're going to make a turret. Somewhere.
Obviously, we're going to blow the rocks up because that's what you do down
Right.
here. You
Oh,
blow
yeah.
up rocks.
Yep. I'm going to switch to.
And you're
the
gonna do it
soldier
efficiently.
spear. Yes. And I'm
So-
gonna trigger that because if I don't, this makeshift device is going to spring into the air and then start firing, and that's a hot mess.
Yeah.
So let's not do
We,
that.
we know what happens when,
Yeah.
when you do that.
Well, so you're building this now, and obviously we just introduced you to auto build, but now you have built that. So that means that it's going to show up in your auto build history,
Yep.
which now allows you to, instead of having to recreate the same thing all over again from scratch, you just pop right into your auto build, pull up the history, and boom, you're going to make that right.
Right. And
Bam.
even though you have a spring and a cannon and a battery in your inventory, because you haven't pulled them out ahead of time, now we're going to generate the entire device with Zonite. And you could see that the Zonite cost was a little bit higher there, but it's a really great way to be able to make one of these contraptions on the fly.
Yeah,
So
well, and consider what materials you want to use, right?
Right.
Like, do you want to expend the Zonite, or do you want to use what you've got on hand?
This is
Okay,
a very
and
efficient
yeah.
way
we've
to
got
uncover
a friend
Yeah,
under
a
here.
boss fight.
So those cannons made really quick work of that rock.
did.
and We found underneath. We found a Stallnox.
All right, so I'm going to fuse some weapons really
Having
quick
a nap.
while
woke him
it
up from
figures
his
out
nap.
what it's doing. Yeah, it was having a nap. I agree
It
with
really
that.
definitely was.
Yeah.
So a Stallnox is a returning boss from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yep. And
But,
we'll take a good look at them.
And-
Yeah.
Cannons are doing some work though, which is helpful.
The-
It looks
the
a little
eye-
bit different.
I
Yeah.
was going to say the eye is very obviously the weak point. It's like the one squishy part of this creature. So we're going to see if we can get that eye to come out
All right,
by
trying to get
hitting
it.
him in the
Oh,
shin.
Oh, watch where it steps.
Thank goodness for the fairy.
Oh, this is okay. Got him the bus
Yeah,
stop.
get out.
That's good. I'm gonna run for it. Just
But you could see that cool new horn on top of his head. And that's a really useful material in Fuse. You can make a really powerful weapon.
oh yeah. Let's take a closer look real quick. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
And- oh, watch out.
Just throwing some ribs at you.
Yep, totally.
Like you
All right,
do.
Now digging out an explosive barrel, and we are gonna send that back because we don't want it.
Using recall.
Yes,
So
recall
nice.
is probably my favorite
Super
ability
cool.
in the game.
Oh, he's got another one.
Yeah, so obviously you can see the way Jose is using. We used auto build, we're using recall, we're using many things at our disposal to attack this very large
Fuse.
creature.
Hey, and we
Nice.
got the eyeball out.
So
All right.
yeah, as Kendra mentioned, the eyeball is the weak spot. And
Get it into the water.
and when you hit it
Yes.
with a dead-on shot like that, it'll pop out, and it has its own health bar. And if you can get that health bar down, then you'll win the
Yep.
battle.
Bye-bye Stallnox. Instead, we're going to use it as a distraction because we're a little short for time.
Yeah.
I put a bomb on a shield earlier, and I just wanted to use it
Nice.
in style.
Very
Get outta here.
stylish.
Yeah, bombs on shields are really helpful, and
Yeah,
it's
we-
not
we
just
don't-
for shield surfing.
I was gonna say we don't have time to hang out with this Stallnox who we very rudely awakened
Yeah.
from
The
his
Stallnox-
slumber.
It has a lot of health. We don't have a lot of time.
Well, that piece of material, we actually have one Sam, what's the story on this?
Yeah, so
Sam, tell us a story,
if
Sam.
you were to defeat that Stalnox, you would get a Stalnox horn. You would get this material. We got this one. We put it in our inventory ahead of time, probably from that Stalnox's brother in a different cave. But take a look at it. When you fuse it to a weapon, not only does it look really neat, you got these
Okay,
shattering
but can we?
skulls.
Yeah, I was like, can we
okay.
just turn
Let's get
around because
moving.
you know
Gotta
he's
go.
close.
Yeah.
But look at what quick work this Stalnox horn fused to a weapon is making with these blue rocks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. This is
Okay,
absolutely
and
the reason.
that hole is definitely not big enough for that Stalnox to
Yeah,
crawl
we're
through.
safe. We're
yeah.
safe. Just gotta hope that
He's trying to
they go away.
take revenge for
He's
his
so-
brother that you took out, man.
All right. So you'll
But yeah, now we're in this cool new cave that's like filled with luminous stone. It's got all this
Explosions are
moss.
happening. It's fine.
got all this moss covering the walls. Like, it's really cool down here. And
Well, and this is all a bunch of this is going to be ore that you can
right.
mine and
Yeah, but we could take stock for a moment of all this that we've just found in one cave.
yeah,
Like,
no, we've
I
been
mean,
down
we
here
found
for
some
a
great
minute.
mining. We found some treasure.
Mm-hmm.
We found a boss fight.
And we
And
found more
now-
enemies.
Yep. So this is
Oh,
a
yeah.
Horriblin. Who wants to set this up?
Yeah, so these are new enemies in Tears of the Kingdom, and you typically find them in cave or dark environments, and they're really aggressive. You could see them crawling around on the ceiling up there. They're really difficult to reach as a result of that, and they'll sit up there and they'll pelt you with rocks.
And we're just going to enter into their home
Yeah.
and shake things up a little bit. That's kind of like, I feel like that's the theme of this
Just
one.
just stirring it up and then
just
walking
entering
away.
people's homes, waking
Oh,
them up
yeah.
from naps, you know.
Check out this spear that I made though. Spear with
Yeah.
spear.
Oh, nice.
so I
Okay,
can
that
reach
has
them.
that has long range
Yeah,
for sure.
Ooh, can you poke them off the ceiling?
I'm gonna try. Please don't hit me.
Nice work.
All right.
Yeah.
That
Hold-
looks painful.
Holding
Yeah,
his tush.
Does not like to be on the ground,
All right. Now
clearly.
let's grab the choo-choo jelly. Just
Oh,
because
Oh,
nice.
nice.
why not freeze? And let's take this one for a ride, actually. So we've got a board guster here. I gotta watch it though. This enemy has
Oh,
friends,
they're tossing rocks.
and they're gonna toss rocks at me.
Bye.
Instead, I'm gonna
Where
hit
were
this
you?
enemy with the Stalnox Crusher we were using a second ago. The
Oh,
Smasher.
nice. Okay.
Just to show how much damage that will do.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's definitely
man.
a weak mark. All right.
Not a good
and-
day for this one.
No, don't go. There we go. All
Nice.
right,
Wow.
got one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice,
Now let's
Jose.
steal his stuff, and oh, another one's here. I think it's time to leave.
Yeah, these
Gotta run
these
for it.
Horriblins have run. they have a fair bit of health, and again, we don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for the exit.
So yeah, we've obviously been down in this cave for quite some time. I have no idea how much time, no idea, but it's been a while. And super cool thing Jose is going to show now is that no matter how far into a cave you are, you can use Ascend to get out of that cave. So you don't necessarily have to backtrack all the way back from where you came. You can pop up using Ascend. You can check it out and be like, okay, where am I now? Do I want to get out
Yeah.
here? Maybe not. And then you can go back down and keep exploring. I just feel like that's so awesome, especially
Yeah.
considering how very expansive these caves are. The ability to do that is kind of a game changer.
And speaking to that, yeah, there is more to this cave that we haven't shown.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it keeps going.
It keeps going, but yeah, we are just about out of time. So we're gonna call it there. But thank you so much for taking us on that adventure, Jose.
100%.
So fun. And yeah, thanks for checking out Auto Build with us and all that there is down in the caves. Obviously, you're going to be able to explore much more on your own. Stick around. We've got more coming after this. Thank you so much. Bye.